and what they saw was something they would never forget for the rest of their lives. It was the dead, nude body of a woman. The young woman's fingerprints were run through the database, and they came back to Wendy Lee Caulfield. She had been strangled to death before being dumped in the river at just 16 years old. She was someone who would later be described in news reports as a known prostitute. And perhaps this is why her murder initially received no coverage. But little could anyone have predicted at the time, Wendy's murder would be the first among dozens and dozens of murders committed by the same man. A dangerous man with a broken brain, a man who preyed on society's most vulnerable, and who assumed that no one would notice or care if these women disappeared. It was exactly 1 month later, on August 15th, 1981, that authorities in King County, Washington, first realized they had a major problem on their hands. That afternoon, a 41-year-old recreational rafter named Robert Ainsworth climbed into his inflatable rubber raft and began drifting down the Green River. If this sounds familiar, it's because it's the same river Wendy had been found in. Robert had been on this river many times before. His hobby was collecting discarded junk. He believed in the old expression, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So for him, that's what he was looking for, treasure. He liked to drift on the water and scan the riverbed below for old bottles. And midway downstream, Robert was peering down into the water when his eyes were met with a startling surprise. It was the expressionless face of a woman, seemingly staring back up at him through the surface of the river.